So for number 3, we're asked to, again, find the type of differential equation and solve. We have xy primed plus y equals xy to the 3/4, and it's given that x is greater than 0, and when x equals 1, y is equivalent to 16. So we know that it is nonlinear because of the xy to the 3/4. And we know that it is homogeneous because you can easily manipulate it to get all the x's on one side. And we know that it is a first order because y primed, there is no y double or triple primed, so first order. So now we have that xy primed plus y equals x to the 3/4 times y to the 3/4. And we can divide x from both sides and get y prime plus y over x equals x to the 1/4. Sorry, x to the negative 1/4 times y to the 3/4. So now we can take this y from both sides and end up with y to the negative 3/4 y primed plus y to the 1/4 over x equals x to the negative 1/4. So since our power for this fraction is 1/4, we're going to multiply the top and the bottom by 1/4, and you'll end up with y to the negative 3/4 y primed plus 1/4 y to the 1/4 over 1/4 x equals x to the negative 1/4, and if you notice, that is 4y to the 1/4 over 4x, so I'm going to write it as such. I get y to the negative 3/4 y primed plus 4y to the 1/4 over 4x equals x to the negative 1/4. Now from here, if you look at what you multiply the y by, you see that our p of x, because we are going to have to use Bernoulli's, our p of x is equal to 1 over 4x, and find our if, we need to set e to the integral of our p of x. In this case, it's 1 over 4x, so e to the integral of 1 over 4x equals e to the integral of 1 over 4 times 1 over x, and you end up with e, well, 1/4 1 over x dx on all of those. You end up with e to the 1/4 natural log of x, and we know it can be this because because x is greater than 0, as was given to us in our initial condition. And e to the 1/4 ln of x is equal to e to the ln of x to the 1/4, and e and the natural log cancel out, and you get that to x to the 1/4. So now we're going to multiply everything in this problem by x to the 1/4. Because we're given an initial condition early on, we have to find c. So we end up with x to the 1/4 v minus x equals c. We plug in our v, which is 4y to the 1/4, end up with x to the 1/4 times 4y to the 1/4 minus x equals c. Our initial values given were x equals 1 and y equals 16. So we end up with 1. 4 times 16 to the 1/4 is 2, minus 1 equals c. This equals 8 minus 1 is 7 equals c. And you end up with x to the 1/4 times 4y to the 1/4 equals x plus 7. And this is your final answer.